In this video, guys, I'm going to break down the 5 biggest reasons why men over 30 cannot lose belly fat, why they struggle year after year, why they stay stuck, when they don't get results. I have coached hundreds of men over 30 now to get them into amazing shape. I've seen the pitfalls. I've spoken to many guys on calls to really understand what it is that's actually holding them back. And in this video, I want to try and get you guys to understand how we can fix these things, how you can be very self-aware so that you can genuinely get yourself into an incredible place after 30 with your body, with your health, with your physique, and ultimately you learn how to stay there through the correct lifestyle without having to use any of these kind of quick fixes or fads that we're seeing in this day and age, any of the GLP-1s, any of the supplements, all those kind of things that we're seeing being pushed now, any of these kind of, diets, the stuff that you see pushed. Genuinely put yourself in the best possible place, knowing exactly maybe where we're going wrong. So first of all, guys, I'm going to get straight into this. The number one I say number one, I wouldn't even say these are like particularly in a priority order, guys, but genuinely this is just been people's issues for absolutely years now, and it will always hold guys back until they fix it. Weekend calories. The honestly biggest problem that most guys have got is they just don't know how to control weekends. They cannot stay consistent at weekends, and they just have this massive differentiation between weekday, weekends, get to weekends, fall off the diet completely, okay? If this is you, you're never gonna get results. You have to practice discipline properly and understand that weekends should not be different to any other days in the week. Genuinely, and you might be thinking, how? I want to enjoy my weekends. But that's your problem. You haven't deserved the right to enjoy your weekends right now if you're not where you want to be and you're not in shape. If you're not in shape as a guy and you're not consistent, you're not confident, you don't feel the way that you want to do, that should be your number one priority, okay? You should absolutely focus on making sure that you do this, and then you can enjoy your weekends properly. There is going to be an element of sacrifice to be made, guys. I can give you all the strategies in the world around how to be able to do things better at weekends, but ultimately, none of them are going to work unless you are really disciplined up here and you have the right mindset to be able to actually execute these things, okay? Guys just think that they have this kind of excuse or this reason to want to completely fuck things up at the weekends, and they have this God-given right to go and eat a bunch of food because they've deserved it from a hard week at work. Life's freaking hard, guys, okay? It doesn't mean you reward yourself with a bunch of pastries, beers, takeaways, and loads of shit at the weekend, which is going to fuck your results up, and you're never ever going to move that needle forward. So taking things seriously at weekends has got to be the most important thing for you, okay? I would recommend that most guys could potentially get away with having one higher calorie day at the weekend, okay? We do this with a lot of our clients at FitLab, okay? We have guys that have amazing social lives. We don't tell them to not go out and enjoy themselves at all. We do give them a very clear strategy. But when they're in a fat loss phase, and when they come to me with a bit of pain, a bit of hurt around their physique, and they're not confident and it's affecting them, we will give them a very no BS answer in terms of what they need to do at the weekends, in terms of tying things up properly and understanding that they have not deserved they have not deserved the right to be able to have that element of balance at the moment. They're not there at the moment, okay? You earn the right to have balance. You earn the right to have flexibility. And if you've been inconsistent with your diet for years, you cannot go to weekends and just think you can just do the same thing you've always done. Okay, anyway, back to my point. One day of the weekend's fine. You can probably get away with having around 15 calories per pound of your body weight. Let's say you're a 200-pound guy, let's say like 3,000 calories on a Saturday. You can easily get away with that, and then, it's still majority pretty clean food, maybe like one slightly more off-plan meal in the evening. And you just make sure that ultimately, apart from that, everything else is fine. That one slight bump in calories at the weekend is not going to affect you. Guys, you can even get away with having a couple of beers or alcohol if you really feel like that's what you want to do. You can fit that within those calories. But you still have to track your calories. You can't just go AWOL and stop tracking food. Because again, as soon as you stop tracking food, you lose accountability and you're not sure what's going in your body, which is super important. So that is the honest truth. If you sort weekends out and you really fix them, you will get good results. Because I see a lot of men that can stay consistent between Monday and Friday. And then, I look at their weekend calories and I look at their tracking, goes to shit. And then they offset all that progress and then they restart again Monday, and this cycle just keeps repeating. When you get to where you want to be and you get your calories higher and you're not in a calorie deficit anymore, you actually can enjoy your weekends a lot more. Genuinely, you don't have to worry as much. I eat out all the time at weekends and just, I'm not really worried. Like, I want to have desserts at weekends, I have desserts at weekends. My body composition doesn't change because I've done the work. I'm doing this for freaking years now, guys. I've got a metabolism that's working really well for me. I can eat a lot of calories. I don't have to stress. Yes, I'm still disciplined. Yes, I still eat loads of quality meals and stuff for the weekend. I'm not saying I fall off plan entirely. I don't drink alcohol, but I've earned the right to be able to enjoy the flexibility at weekends. If I want to eat out at any restaurant, I could go and do that. Okay. That's the first one. Number two, guys, and I see this again all the time, and this is just something that we have to fix this, guys. We have to fix this because I see so many men struggling where they're just ultimately not eating enough protein. There is never enough protein. Guys always undereat, and I see this all the time. I ask guys like what they're eating, and they tell me like what their diet looks like, and I'm like, in my head, I'm calculating how much protein they're consuming. I'm like, this guy thinks he's eating well, and he's not even eating 100 grams of protein per day. There's women that should be eating more protein than that. Like, if you're a guy and you want to be in good shape and you want to build a healthy metabolism, you have to understand the importance of protein, guys. This is what builds your physique. This is what keeps you full so you can stick to your diet. This is what allows you to be able to gain lean muscle mass and improves your composition like nothing else. It's so important. You don't need to eat ridiculous amounts, but if you can try and target around 1 gram per pound, okay, you're fine. And this is where guys go wrong, because if you're a 180-pound guy, which I say quite a lot of men are, maybe starting out, or even some guys are more than that, might be close to 200 pounds per day. And you think, well, that's 200 grams of protein a day. That's a lot. It is a lot. But you have to figure out how to be able to fit into your diet. Every single meal, 30, 40 grams of protein, consistent. Big high protein snack before bed. You know, get the skyr out, get the whey protein, put that in the skyr yogurt bowl. Get your protein up. This will change your life. And so many men I speak to have just got no idea about protein intake. They're like, oh, I have like 2 eggs for breakfast. I'm like, 2 eggs for breakfast is probably like 15 grams of protein. That is nowhere near the amount of protein that you need to be having. Have 6 eggs for breakfast. Oh, but what about the fat? The fat isn't going to stop you from getting in shape. The fat in eggs is good fat. It's good cholesterol. It's good for your testosterone production. There is no harm in having 6 eggs. You are better off having 6 eggs at breakfast than having freaking 2 eggs at breakfast and then getting to the end of the day and binging on a biscuit tin because you're hungry, because you're not eating enough protein, you're not satiated, and then you literally just fuck the whole thing up. So why don't you just eat more protein with proper meals throughout the whole day, okay? Meal number 1, 30, 40 grams of protein, have some eggs. Meal number 2, 200 grams of chicken breast, you know, have a wrap, have some rice, something like that. Meal number 3, 200 grams of lean steak mince, again, 40, 50 grams of protein. Meal number 4, you're gonna have 200, 300 grams of skyr yogurt and 30, 40 grams of protein, whey protein put in there as well. That is pretty much gonna hit you around probably 160, 170, you know, easily, guys, easily. So this is the key thing. If you are a man over 30, you've been struggling for years, you've never been in shape, and you feel, why can't I lose the belly fat? I guarantee you now it's probably down to this. You're not eating enough protein. You're not even close to eating enough protein, and it's holding you back. Number 3, and this is like more now because of, I feel like it's the world that we live in that is causing this massive issue that we're having now, guys, of men are just too sedentary. They don't move enough. Like, we've just lost the ability to be active. People are working from home way more now. People just aren't wanting to leave their house. Like, they're not going out on weekends as much as they used to. There's just this constant lack of activity that is causing problems. We are made to move. We're human beings. We're made to move around, okay? You have got to stop being so sedentary as a guy and saying you're too busy, because this is a massive issue. Your metabolism is suffering, your mental health is suffering, everything suffers because you're not moving enough. I can't even imagine how I'd feel if I just locked myself in all day and I didn't do any movement. My productivity would absolutely suck. I'd have no energy, my moods would be terrible. Like, you can't live a sedentary lifestyle and expect to be able to get the belly fat off. It's not gonna happen, guys. You need to set yourself a absolute non-negotiable that I'm gonna get 10,000 steps in every single freaking day. Apart from if there's any, you know, extreme circumstances that stop me, I can obviously maybe make it up at the weekend and stuff. But be more active. If you sat down and looked and actually broke your entire calendar down and looked at the structure of your day, I am telling you now, you'll be able to find time to move. Get up earlier in the morning and go for a walk, right? Maybe you've got 10 to 15 minutes you can get some steps in after your workout. Lunchtime, get your cool, go for a walk at lunchtime, right? No, it's raining, get a freaking umbrella. Are you gonna tell me some freaking wet up there is gonna stop you from moving and actually having your body and your health in a good place? A weak excuse, guys. Like, there's always time. There's always something that can be done to be able to get these steps up. Evening time, go for a walk. One thing that I used to do in the evening is, again, I'm not in a relationship anymore, but when I have been in a relationship in the past with my ex, like she used to come back from work, we obviously hadn't seen each other all day, okay? I would be working from home because I was obviously still building my online business at the time. And she would come back, we'd go for a walk. We would go for a walk, we would talk, we would, you know, 25 to 30 minute walk, decompress, speak about each other's days. Really good way to keep the relationship going. Really good way to stay on top of health and activity as well, and keep each other active and keep each other accountable. Simple, like that is like the most simple thing ever, but people don't do it. They come back, partner comes back from work, starts cooking tea, sorting out, I don't know, like doing whatever, right? But it's these really basic habits that once you start doing them, you'll find that they stick, and you'll find that you're a lot more consistent. And this doesn't become a problem anymore, because you're not going to be sedentary, you're going to be moving more. Getting in shape when you've got higher output in terms of steps makes it so much easier. Next up is, again, this is just one, I mean, this is honestly, like, I see this, and I've seen this for such a long time now, and I mean, you guys are probably going to resonate with this one. I even would say the most, because how many guys I speak to that say this is absolutely freaking mind-blowing. But inconsistency with training, like, come on, guys. Like, how many guys I speak to and I'll say, like, oh, I train like 3 to 5 times per week. Okay, well, is it 3 or is it 5? Well, last week I didn't even go. Okay, so when did you last go? Well, when did you do 3 times per week? Guys are so there is no structure to their training. Some weeks they might do 5 times, and then some weeks they do absolutely none. Some weeks they do 1. So, like, your training split relies on how many times a week you train. So if you say that you train 3 to 5 times per week, well, your training split is either going to be a 3-day training split or a 5-day training split. So if you're inconsistent like that, again, you're not even training in the correct way. But even putting that to one side, inconsistency with training is guys that are not training for months. Oh, I used to go to the gym a few years ago and I've stopped. How do you ever think you're going to be in good shape as a man over 30 if you're not training? It is the single most important thing that you should be doing. You should be prioritizing and building that part of your routine. 3 to 4 sessions per week. We do not need to be like going crazy, but we need to be hitting the baseline. The baseline is 3 to 4 days. Every guy who is busy, who's got, you know, maybe a very busy career, busy with his family, wants to look after his family, I'm telling you now, guys, you still have the time to train 3 to 4 days per week. I'm telling you this now, you have got the ability to make your schedule or your calendar fit so that you can get 3 to 4 sessions and time towards your training, your physique, your mental health, your everything is going to come down to that. It's 1 to 2% of your week. Okay, you don't need to be spending hours in the gym. 1 hour is absolutely fine. You schedule this across the week, done. Okay, fuck the 6-day splits, fuck the 5-day splits. 3 days per week consistently over time. This is how it's going to help you actually stay consistent and lose belly fat, because the training and that inconsistency with your training, this is what keeps guys stuck for such a long time. Number 5, guys, again, I think we can all relate to this one. That's probably one of the biggest drivers that we're all guilty of, guys, and that is just lack of patience. We are in this world now where we've lost delayed gratification, guys. We want things now. We want things yesterday. People aren't prepared to put the work in for things anymore, and guys have just got this massive lack of patience with their results. Okay, so they'll do a plan for like a month and they'll be like, oh, well, I've not got a 6-pack yet, I think I'm gonna stop, or even less time than that. Okay, you're never gonna lose the belly fat if you can't stay consistent, and you can't stay consistent for at least 3 months, if not 6 months, if not 12 months. If you're a bigger guy, it's a 6 to 12 month project. Sorry to hear, if you don't want to hear this, maybe you think it's literally thinking, fuck me, 6 to 12 months, that's a long time away. Guys, I'm being honest with you, I'm telling you the most no BS answer, having worked with lots of men, maybe in a similar position to yourself right now, if you're listening to this. It is gonna take time. You have to have discipline, delayed gratification, and a lot of consistency in terms of really being able to get there. And a lot of men do not possess these traits. They want things so quickly, you know, in the world of Amazon Prime, in the world of Uber, where we can just get things like that. Guys have lost the ability to work hard for things, and it's a massive, massive problem. Your physique will not be built overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day, neither will your freaking physique. It's gonna take time. And the more that this goes on, like the more that you kind of like procrastinate, and you know, we're not losing the fat and the years are going past, you get into your mid-30s, get into 40, get into mid-40s, 50, like the more this keeps happening, like the harder it's gonna get. The more like stress you're gonna have, like the less muscle you're gonna have, because you're gonna be losing it per decade with sarcopenia, which is like a muscle-related, like age-related condition that we pick up as men, and you're making it harder. So you have to just go through these processes, eliminate all these things, actually stay consistent, develop patience so that you can get this result sorted, lose the fat. Once it's off, you can maintain and you can stay there, and you can start improving, you know, your physique over time and really start hitting the pinnacle of your physique, you know, as you get past 30. 30 is not the point where we die as men, guys. 30 is the point where you're actually alive. Like, I'm 30 now. I feel the best I've ever felt. My physique's looking great. I'm the fittest I've ever been. I am not going on any kind of decline. These will be the best years of my physique. for as long as I can see. But there is no chance that I'm going downhill from here, not a chance. Yet with most men, they're on a decline at 30 because their lifestyle and their entire framework just falls up because their lifestyle rapidly goes downhill. So anyway, guys, I hope you find this video useful. Make sure you smash the like button, make sure you subscribe. And as always, I'm gonna catch you in the next one.